there is one sign that never fails to captivate with its dynamic personality and endless energy. You know who I'm talking about, Gemini. We see their quick wit, their social charm, their almost magical ability to adapt to any room. But that's just scratching the surface. What if I told you their real power, their core strength, lies much deeper, in a place most people completely overlook? My name is Anya Sage, and as a psychological astrologer, my job is to decode the stars to give you a blueprint for modern understanding. Today, we are going on a definitive journey. We will systematically break down the 30 reasons that prove Gemini isn't just versatile. They are arguably the most powerful sign in the entire zodiac. Before we begin, drop your zodiac sign in the comments. I love to see who's watching. And make sure you stay until the very end, because after the 30 reasons, I'll reveal the single ultimate trait, the master key, that makes a Gemini truly unbeatable. Let's begin. All right, let's dive right in. Our countdown begins with the very foundation of a Gemini's power, their absolute mastery of the social and intellectual worlds. This first cluster of traits is what I call the social genius. Kicking us off at number 30. Adaptability. This is far more than just going with the flow. For a Gemini, adaptability is a strategic tool. They are chameleons of circumstance, possessing an almost uncanny ability to assess any new environment, a party, a boardroom, a foreign city, and instantly calibrate their behavior to fit. Where other signs might feel awkward or out of place, a Gemini is already mirroring the local dialect, laughing at the inside jokes, and finding common ground. They don't just survive change, they thrive in it, turning uncertainty into opportunity. It's a fundamental resilience that allows them to land on their feet every single time. But this constant adjustment, this seamless blending, isn't passive. It's fueled by an active, insatiable hunger to understand what's going on around them. Which brings us directly to number 29, endless curiosity. A Gemini's mind is a question mark that never sleeps. They are information sponges, driven by a profound need to know why. Why does this work that way? What's the story behind that person? What would happen if we tried this instead? This isn't trivial nosiness. It's a data-gathering operation. Their curiosity leads them down rabbit holes of knowledge and into conversations with fascinating strangers, constantly enriching their mental library and giving them a vast arsenal of information to draw from. Of course, collecting knowledge is only half the equation. The true power lies in wielding it. For a Gemini, that happens through their greatest instrument. This leads us to number 28, their mastery of communication. Geminis are the wordsmiths of the zodiac. They possess an innate ability to articulate complex ideas with stunning clarity and to find the perfect words for any situation. But crucially, this is a two-way street. They are also phenomenal active listeners, absorbing not just what is said, but what is meant. They read the subtext, they catch the nuance, making people feel truly heard and understood. This makes them brilliant teachers, magnetic storytellers, and devastatingly effective persuaders. This gift for language isn't just about being a smooth talker. It's a direct reflection of the powerful engine running under the hood. At number 27, we find the core of their genius. They are profoundly intellectual. Their minds are always racing, processing information, and making connections others miss. They love complexity. They delight in unraveling puzzles, debating abstract concepts, and holding multiple, even contradictory ideas in their mind at once. They don't just see a collection of facts. They see the system, the pattern, the network that connects them all. This intellectual agility is what allows them to learn so quickly and strategize so effectively. Now, you can have the most brilliant, communicative mind in the world, but it means nothing if no one is drawn to listen. That's where the magic ingredient comes in. The final trait in our social genius cluster at number 26 is their undeniable charisma. This is the magnetism, the electric spark that pulls people in. It's their quick wit, their playful humor, and the vibrant energy that seems to radiate from them. They are the quintessential social butterflies of the Zodiac, not because they are flighty, but because they effortlessly pollinate every group they join with energy and ideas. Their charisma is the gravity that pulls all these other traits into a powerful, cohesive force, making them the natural center of any social universe. So, they are the social center of the universe. They command attention. They spark conversations. But what happens next? What does a Gemini do with all that energy and influence? This is where we move from the social genius to our next powerful cluster of traits, the limitless creator. Kicking off this section at number 25 is their profound versatility. This isn't about being a jack of all trades, master of none. It's about being a master of learning. A Gemini mind is designed to absorb, adapt, and apply knowledge across wildly different domains with astonishing speed. They are the software engineer who writes acclaimed poetry on the weekend, the neuroscientist who is also a professional-grade musician. They refuse to be put in a box because their very nature is to understand and then connect multiple boxes at once. This versatility isn't a lack of focus, it's a strategic advantage in a complex world. This intellectual agility fuels our next trait at number 24, their brilliant sense of humor. For a Gemini, humor is not a pastime, it's a high-level cognitive function. It's the speed at which they see a connection no one else does and deliver it with a sharp, witty punchline that can disarm a tense room or make a brilliant point without lecturing. Their humor is intelligent, observant, and they are the forward thinkers, the system breakers. You'll see them on a whiteboard, surrounded by chaotic diagrams only they can understand, fundamentally rethinking a process. They are not afraid to break away from the norm, because the norm is often too slow and inefficient for their rapid-fire minds. Innovation for them isn't an event, it's a constant state of being. And the engine for that innovation is trait number 22, their boundless creativity. Imagine a mind like a kaleidoscope, where with every slight turn, a new, intricate pattern of ideas emerges. That is the Gemini's creative process. It's the constant hum of new concepts, the flicker of a new melody, the architecture of a new story taking shape in their mind. This isn't just about painting or writing, it's about the art of problem solving, the art of communication, the art of building something new from nothing but a thought. Their creativity is the raw, untamed energy that they then shape into a structured innovation. Finally, what fuels this entire creative engine? At number 21, we find a trait that shatters all stereotypes. They are incredibly passionate. When a Gemini's interest is truly captured, they don't just get involved, they ignite. Their focus becomes absolute. That famous duality dissolves into a single, intense beam of energy directed at their subject. Their enthusiasm is contagious, pulling others into their orbit. They will stay up all night mastering a new skill or dive into a topic with the obsessive focus of a detective. For a Gemini, interest is never casual. It's a wildfire. And this creative fire, this passionate drive, it forges something even deeper within them. And that is exactly where we're going next. And what is forged in that fire is what so many people miss about the Gemini spirit. It's the very thing that gives them their true underlying strength. Now, this brings us to a crucial turning point. Many people mistake Gemini's lightning-fast intellect for being cold, or their adaptability for being detached. But the next 5 reasons will shatter that myth completely. we're now entering the most misunderstood part of the Gemini psyche, the resilient heart. Kicking off this cluster at number 20, we find a trait that is the absolute bedrock of their emotional world. They are deeply empathetic. This isn't just about sympathy. It's a heightened sensitivity that borders on psychic. Geminis have an uncanny ability to walk into a room and instantly read the emotional temperature. They feel what others feel, not as a burden, but as data. This profound empathy is the source of their legendary communication skills. They know what to say because they genuinely understand how you feel, often better than you do yourself. It's a quiet superpower that fuels their ability to connect, advise, and heal. That empathy forges what comes next. At number 19, they are unbreakable. This isn't about being immune to pain. On the contrary, they feel setbacks acutely. The difference is their response. A Gemini's mind immediately begins to analyze the failure, extract the lesson, and strategize the comeback. As the saying goes, they learn from their experiences, pick themselves up, and continue moving forward. They possess a psychological grit that is simply astonishing. They can be knocked down on Tuesday and be leading a new project by Friday, not because they've forgotten the blow, but because they have already processed it, learned from it, and refused to be defined by it. This resilience allows them to engage with the world in a way others can't. Which brings us to number 18. They are genuinely sociable. Now, we've already discussed their charm, but this runs deeper. This isn't about being the life of the party. It's about a core need for human connection. Geminis thrive on interaction because it's how they learn, grow, and feel alive. They have a gift for making every single person they speak to feel seen and heard. They listen with active curiosity, ask brilliant questions, and find the interesting parts of anyone. This isn't a performance. It's a sincere desire to understand the person in front of them. This positive approach to people is rooted in their fundamental worldview, which we find at number 17. They are relentlessly optimistic. A Gemini's default setting is hope. They possess an unwavering belief that things can and will get better. This isn't a naive, baseless optimism. It is a strategic choice. They see possibilities where others see problems. Their mind is always scanning the horizon for the next opportunity, the next adventure, the next solution. They truly embody the belief that every setback is just a setup for something better. And finally, this entire emotional system is governed by a principle we find at number 16. They are profoundly tolerant. Fueled by their insatiable curiosity, Geminis hold a deep and genuine respect for diversity in all its forms. Diversity of thought, lifestyle, and culture. They rarely judge because they are too busy trying to understand. Their mind is an open platform, willing to entertain any idea without prejudice. This makes them incredible friends and leaders in a globalized world, capable of building bridges where others build walls. These 5 traits together paint a picture of an incredibly strong and warm emotional core. So, I want to hear from you. If you're a Gemini, which of these emotional traits do people misunderstand most about you? Let me know in the comments below. That profound emotional core we just uncovered, it's the secret engine that powers their action in the world. It's the foundation for their fierce autonomy and their natural ability to guide others. That internal resilience is what allows them to stand strong on the outside. This brings us to our 4th powerful cluster of traits, the independent leader. And we kick it off with reason number 15. At number 15, they are energetic. This isn't just about having a second cup of coffee. Gemini's energy is a force of nature. It's an infectious, boundless enthusiasm that can lift the entire mood of a room. They are the spark plug in any group, the one who brings a project back to life when everyone else is fading. This energy stems from their insatiable curiosity. For a Gemini, life is a grand adventure with endless things to learn and experience. And that excitement is genuinely contagious. When a Gemini is passionate about something, their energy becomes a magnetic force, drawing people in and inspiring them to believe that anything is possible. They don't just walk into a room, they vitalize it. This boundless energy fuels reason number 14. They are fiercely independent. A Gemini has a fundamental, non-negotiable need for freedom. They need the freedom to think, to explore, to change their minds, and to forge their own path. This isn't born from a desire to be difficult or to rebel for the sake of it. It's a core part of their identity. They suffocate under rigid control and micromanagement. To be their best selves, they must have autonomy. But here's the crucial part. Because they value their own freedom so deeply, they have an immense respect for the freedom of others. They won't try to control you because they understand that true connection flourishes in space, not confinement. Their independence is the bedrock of their leadership style. Leading by example, not by decree. Coming in at number 13, Geminis are profoundly intuitive. This is their internal guidance system, that gut feeling that is so often right. It's that friend who texts you, "Are you okay?" the exact moment you were feeling down, without you having said a single word. It's the uncanny ability to walk into a room and instantly read the emotional temperature, to understand the subtext of a conversation that everyone else is missing. This isn't psychic power, it's a high-speed processor absorbing and analyzing micro-expressions, shifts in tone, and patterns of behavior. It allows them to navigate complex social situations with grace and to sense opportunities or dangers long before they become obvious. Their intuition is a strategic advantage, giving them a map where others only see fog. That intuition is the raw data for our 12th reason. They are emotionally intelligent. This is where Gemini's so-called duality becomes a superpower. They have the intellectual capacity to understand complex emotions and the intuitive empathy to feel them. Emotional intelligence isn't just about being nice. It's the mastery of understanding, managing and utilizing emotions, both their own and others. Imagine a tense boardroom meeting. The emotionally intelligent Gemini is the one who doesn't just feel the tension, but knows exactly how to diffuse it. Not with a clumsy joke, but with a perfectly timed, validating question that allows everyone to feel heard. They know when to push, when to pull back, when to speak, and when to offer the profound power of silence. It's strategic empathy in action. This leads directly to reason number 11. They are balanced. So many people get this wrong. They see Gemini's ability to hold two ideas at once and call it inconsistency. It's not, it's balance. They possess the rare and powerful ability to hold logic in one hand and emotion in the other, and use both to make a decision. They can analyze a problem with the cold, hard facts of a scientist, but they can communicate the solution with the warmth and compassion of a true leader. They understand that the best answer is rarely found at the extremes. It's found in the synthesis. This balance prevents them from becoming either a heartless machine or an overly emotional mess. It makes them wise counselors and fair-minded leaders who can see the whole picture, not just one side of it. At number 10, we have original, because Geminis are independent and don't crave the approval of the crowd. They are naturally original. They don't follow trends, they set them, often without even trying. Their originality comes from a genuine place of synthesizing all the different information, ideas, and experiences they've collected. They'll pull an idea from an ancient philosophy book, combine it with a concept from a sci-fi movie, and apply it to a business problem. The result is something fresh, innovative, and completely unique. They are not afraid to be different because their self-worth isn't tied to fitting in. Their originality is simply the authentic expression of a mind that refuses to be put in a box. This originality doesn't make them aloof. In fact, it's quite the opposite, which brings us to reason number 9. They are incredibly friendly. A Gemini's friendship is one of the most genuine gifts. They are warm, approachable, and possess a disarming charm that makes people feel instantly comfortable. They are the social glue at any gathering, effortlessly moving between different groups and making everyone feel included. And because their independence means they don't need your friendship for validation, it means that when they choose you, they genuinely want you. They are friends out of choice, not necessity. This makes their loyalty, when earned, incredibly strong. They are the friend you can call for an adventure, a deep conversation, or a shoulder to cry on, often all in the same day. And finally, for this cluster, at number 8, we have spontaneous. Life with a Gemini is never, ever boring. Their love for freedom and their energetic nature combine into a beautiful spontaneity. They are the ones who will suggest a random road trip on a Tuesday or decide to rearrange the entire living room at 10 p.m. This isn't chaos. It's a love for living in the moment. They understand that the best experiences in life are often unplanned. This makes them exciting partners and adaptable leaders. When a plan goes wrong, a Gemini doesn't panic. They see a new, unexpected adventure unfolding. They embrace the unpredictable, reminding us all that the best part of the journey is often the detours. And that ability to embrace the unpredictable, to see opportunity in chaos, is exactly what makes them such compelling leaders. This brings us to the final cluster of our countdown, the world changers, starting with number 7. They are natural leaders. This isn't about titles or corner offices. A Gemini's leadership is a force of nature. It's born from their intellectual clarity, their communication mastery, and their genuine charisma. They don't command, they persuade. They don't dictate, they inspire. A Gemini leader can walk into a disorganized, demotivated team and within minutes have everyone understanding the vision, feeling heard, and excited to contribute. They lead by making everyone around them feel smarter and more capable. It's an influence that flows so effortlessly. People often don't even realize they're being led. They just feel like they're moving forward together. This leads directly to number 6. They are master multitaskers. A Gemini's mind is the original multi-tab browser. While most people get overwhelmed juggling 2 or 3 priorities, a Gemini is calmly operating with 10 tabs open, effortlessly cross-referencing information between them. They can be writing a crucial email, listening to a podcast for new ideas, and planning their weekend trip simultaneously, and excelling at all 3. This isn't scattered energy. It's a high-bandwidth cognitive capacity. It's what allows them to manage complex projects and navigate dynamic environments that would cause others to crash. And why do they keep so many tabs open? Because they are, at number 5, fundamentally adventurous. For a Gemini, an adventure isn't just a trip to an exotic country. An adventure is a new idea, a challenging book, a conversation with a stranger, a different route home from work. They have an insatiable hunger for novelty and a deep-seated need to explore the boundaries of their world and their own potential. Stagnation is their kryptonite. This love for the thrill of the unknown keeps them young at heart and makes them pioneers in whatever field they choose. This thirst for adventure requires, at number 4, that they are incredibly flexible. Where others see a brick wall, a Gemini sees a puzzle. They are the ultimate resourceful thinkers. When a plan shatters, they don't mourn the pieces. They instantly start building something new and often better. This isn't just about adapting. It's about pivoting with intelligence and grace. Their mental agility allows them to think on their feet, turning setbacks into setups and problems into opportunities. They don't just survive change, they leverage it. Coming in at number 3 is a trait that truly allows them to change the world. They are lovers of diversity. A Gemini's curiosity isn't limited to subjects or places. It extends profoundly to people. They are genuinely fascinated by different cultures, unique perspectives, and unconventional life stories. They don't just tolerate differences, they celebrate them. They are the social bridges of the Zodiac, connecting people from disparate worlds and finding common ground where others only see division. This makes them catalysts for understanding and progress. Now, at number 2, we have a trait that grounds all their brilliance. They are sincere. In a world full of performance and posturing, a Gemini's honesty can be a shock to the system. They value truth and transparency above all else. As we all know, honesty is the foundation of trust. While their directness might occasionally be mistaken for bluntness, it comes from a place of respect. They believe you are strong enough to handle the truth, and they want to build relationships on that solid foundation. Their sincerity is the anchor for their ever-moving mind. And finally, arriving at number 1, the trait that illuminates everything else. They are profoundly positive. A Gemini's optimism is not a flimsy, naive hope. It is a strategic, resilient worldview. They possess an unshakable belief that things can and will get better. And more importantly, they believe in their own ability to make it so. Their optimism is contagious. It's a magnetic force that attracts good fortune, opens doors, and inspires others to believe in the possibility of a brighter future. They inherently know that every setback is just a setup for something better. And that brings us to the end of our list. But as I promised at the very beginning, all 30 of these incredible traits, from their social magnetism to their creative genius to their resilient heart, are powered by one ultimate Gemini superpower. Let's break it down. It's not one single trait. It's the fusion of two, the very power that gives Gemini their name, the twins. On one side, you have the quick-thinking, logical mind, the architect who sees patterns, analyzes data with cold precision, and builds arguments like a fortress. This is the side that craves knowledge and masters communication. But on the other side, you have the deep-feeling, empathetic heart, the poet who understands the unspoken word, intuits the emotional truth, and feels the human impact of every single decision. This is the source of their resilience and sincerity. For centuries, this has been misunderstood as duality, a conflict. Wrong. This isn't a flaw. It's the entire operating system. It is the rare gift of being able to analyze a problem with detached logic and feel its human consequence with profound empathy simultaneously. This fusion of the head and the heart is what creates their unique, balanced wisdom. It's what makes them not just brilliant, but wise, not just adaptable, but insightful. It is why they are the ultimate innovators, the most understanding friends, and the most dynamic leaders, because they don't just see one side of reality. They see and feel the whole picture. And that ability to see and feel the whole picture is precisely what our journey today has been about. From their genius in social connection to their boundless creative force and the unbreakable resilience of their hearts, we've explored the full spectrum. We discovered that Gemini's ultimate power isn't a conflicting duality, but a perfect synergy between a brilliant mind and an empathetic soul. It is this unique, comprehensive combination that makes Gemini one of the most dynamic and truly formidable signs of the zodiac. So whether you are a Gemini or you simply love one, I encourage you to celebrate that multifaceted power. Now, I want to hear from you. What was your favorite reason on this list? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this astrological deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss what's next. Thank you for watching.